Hello everyone, my name is Rose Sullivan and I am a professor in the Child Development sequence here at Smith this summer, and I'm also the course coordinator for Child Development this summer as well. This summer we're doing things a little bit differently in the Child Development classes, and this video is a welcome to the class and also hopefully going to provide you with some information that will be helpful to you during the course of the summer. So this year we're going to be using something called a flipped classroom model. And for official purposes, a flipped classroom is defined as an instructional strategy and a type of blended learning that reverses the traditional learning environment by delivering instructional content online and outside of the classroom. It moves activities, including those that may have been traditionally considered quote-unquote homework, into the classroom. In a flipped classroom, students watch online lectures or other forms of instructional content at home and come to class ready to do a variety of different classroom activities. So the reason for doing the flipped classroom model and for doing these lectures is because we decided that we were not going to ask students to buy a textbook. And so if there's no textbook for the class, the other professors and I decided to talk about ways that we could be certain that there was at least some consistency across all the different sections. And that's where these videos come in. So because we're going to do these kinds of online videos and other forms of content, that means that our class time is going to be spent having much deeper and richer discussions, different kinds of activities, different kinds of role plays, and other time spent on topics of interest from you, whatever that might be, whatever comes up as you go through the material. And as always, if this is a new approach, the course instructors will help you. Accessing information, directing you to various places for tech support if that's needed. It's really actually designed to be pretty simple, so more than likely it's not going to be overly challenging to be able to access the material. So what is child development, really? A very basic definition is this slide. In this class, we want to give everyone the fundamentals of growth and development from birth to adolescence. We want students to understand the micro, meso, and macro influences on children and families. And in social work, we, as a profession, understand and assess clients using the multidimensional framework. And the multidimensional framework is sometimes called the biopsychosocial. We look at clients through these different lenses of bio, psycho, and social, and the risks and resiliencies that occur in each of those different dimensions. And also, because it's so important to looking at how children and families develop over the lifespan, looking at and discussing the sociocultural concepts and sociocultural influences are very important for this class, and so we'll be doing a lot of that. So here's just a few tips to help you in this course. The first tip would be to dedicate the time outside of class. Videos can be anywhere from 15 minutes to 40 minutes. There may be documentaries or other videos that professors ask you to watch outside of class. So just think in terms of being able to do that work instead of spending more and more time reading the textbook, because there isn't a textbook. So one of the benefits of the flipped classroom is that you can always go back to the material if you need to. If something's not clear, if you've forgotten something, just go back and look at it again. For some people, decide to download this material and share it with people at their internships or at other places. If you're somebody that takes notes during class lectures, it would probably help you to take notes during the online lectures. That's helpful in a couple of different ways. First, people who take notes generally remember the stuff that they jot down better than simply watching or listening. Notes allow you to kind of consolidate that information in your mind. It allows you to ask questions, jot things down. If you're watching a video rather, it's also helpful in your notes if you jot down the timestamp. So when you come to class and say, I really, really liked that part of the lecture where people were talking about attachment and emotional regulation, you could say that, but you could also come to class and say, I really liked the part of the video that started at around 5 minutes 10 seconds and went to 7 minutes 30 seconds. When you include the timestamp, that helps the professor go right to that material, maybe show that brief clip in class, and start a discussion about it. And similarly, if you're reading an online article, it can help to make a note of the page number that you're looking at when you're really interested with something. So then when you come to class and maybe raise that, then people can go directly to it. One of the things that makes the in-class portion of a flipped classroom work really well is if students can jot down some discussion questions or some comments or some prompts to start off the in-person class. And this allows you as the students to have a lot of time dedicated to the things that you're interested in. There's tons of content. Some of it you'll just accept, some of it you may want to discuss and debate. Coming ready to talk about those things or ask those questions is really helpful in the in-person class. So I'm not here going to go over things like syllabus and readings because each professor will do that in their class, and every class will be different. We have, I think, 5 different instructors doing child development. And the different people in the different classes will have different ideas of what's interesting and things that they want to explore more. So besides the online lectures, each class will probably be very different. And lastly, maybe even the most important point, is that between the online content and the in-person content, you're going to learn a lot. But one of the things about working with kids is that it actually can be really, really fun to work with kids. And so that's one of the hopes, I think, that we all have for you as students in child development. We hope that you learn a lot and we hope that you have fun. So with that is kind of the conclusion of this welcome video, and we look forward to seeing you in class.